chat. They can only hear me. It's okay. You're still safe over there. Don't worry. I just wanted to say, no, not yet. I'll tell you when. Grats on first Sral. Get grats on second Dragoon, and grats on third T-Tellum. I hope you guys are ready for. Oh, there's a cat treat. Oh God. We've already got a cat treat. Hang on, I'll get the cat treats. Plural. Hang on. I don't have them lavender. I just put them down. Hello, Cozy. Oh, trash treat. I don't have any treats. Give Lavender another treat. That's today's trash treat. Yeah, thank you. Look, this is my microphone. Trust me when I say TrashHusband sounds better than I do. Trust me. This is just my normal, everyday, mic that you guys are hearing that I talk to people on fucking Discord with. Because I don't have enough room. Do you guys want to see the treat? Do we want to get into the camera quickly? Like right now? Do we want this now? You can have it now. Hang on. Oh, well, we're going to add it at the moment. Let the ad run down. And then we'll swap over. Alright, are you ready? We're going to swap over. Ready? Hang on. There we go. I reckon they can see you. I reckon they... Oh, hang on. Now they can hear you.
Now they can hear me.
Now
Hi, everybody. Okay. I don't know if you can see this, but... Here. Yeah. Here. Have that treat.
Oh.
Here. Come on.
Hello, Saru.
Here. Where?
Hello, Zeno.
Okay, here. Okay,
Just leave it up there. She'll come up there. Come up there to get it.
Hello, everybody. My name is... Meow.
Your name is Meow.
My name is Meow. Trash Meow. And today I'm going to be reading to you all.
We can wait a little bit longer if you want, or we can get into
Yeah, we
it.
can wait a little bit longer.
Sometimes I apologize, chat. I'm going to apologize now if the mic... yeah, we put a bow on Lavender. Hello, Nap. If TrashHusband's microphone is cutting out, please let me know. I haven't done too much with this microphone before, or the one that he's currently wearing that you can see. Oh, thank you for the gift subs, Ral.
Thank you, Sral.
Just because, yeah, I haven't used his one before. I did though. Welcome. Oh, I hope you guys enjoy. His voice is cutting out a little bit when you're quieter.
Voice?
Yeah, when you're a little bit quieter, sometimes you cut out. So you've sort of always got to be.
I always got to project.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
You gotta project. You gotta project.
I'm here, Lavender. Normally she just can't leave me alone, but she must know that she's gonna be on camera. Are you shy? Are you shy?
She's also probably not happy that she's got a bow on.
Come on. Up.
Well, thank you for stopping by, Zeno. I appreciate it.
Oh.
We appreciate it.
Okay.
200 cuppers! Congrats, Anthoric. That's two. I have a daily channel point redeem. That means that he's redeemed it 200 times.
Dang. You're a real one.
So, chat, who's ready for some stories? Hello, Thumb. If chat wants to talk to Trash Husband, you sort of got to do it through me. He can't really see chat.
Yeah, I can't see the screen. Just send Mac a message, and Mac will relay that to me.
Like this. Oh my god, there's two of them.
Oh, baby, you're such a little baby. Yeah.
Yes. Oh. Hello, Beloog.
Hi, Beloog. Oh, you say hi to
Oh.
Lavender. Oh.
Oh, okay. Thumb is tucked up in bed and ready for stories, and Dragoon is hearing that we should ask detailed multi-part questions rapidly for you to reply to.
Absolutely.
Why am I hiding? I'm the one doing everything behind the scenes. I'm not hiding, I'm just currently sitting in a nest of wires. I have no issue if Trash Husband wants to take a picture of me and I can post it in the Discord, but I am currently surrounded by shit.
Are you gonna like hide your face? That like here.
I've got.
We got a special pillow.
Yeah, I'll hide my. They already know my face, but I can.
Wait.
There you go. I'm hiding.
It's gonna ruin the movie magic.
Yeah. Ready? Ha!
Yeah.
Show us your golden throne level of wire bondage. I mean, it's a nest. It's a nest. So yeah, I guess if you wanna, do we want chat to pick which book comes first? Got four to pick from. One of them's a novel technically, or a short story collection.
I'll list them off. There's like one that I really want to read. That'll be at some point. So we have 50 Below Zero by Robert Munch. We have Krampus, A Holiday Message by Johnny De Palma. I misread that. I thought it said A Holiday Massage. Damn, Krampus.
Well, you're
What are you
cutting out a
doing?
little bit there.
And then we also have Finding Christmas by Robert Munch again.
Can you tell these are Trash Husbands and he has a favorite?
We also have Sounds Like Christmas. I must have been on a Robert Munch kick or
You
something.
were.
Again by Robert Munch. And this one,
That's a
was
short
this
story collection.
this
That's
was
not
a-
the horror one.
this was like recommended by someone.
I don't remember. That's not
Somebody
the horror one.
wanted Krampus.
Yeah.
This is Gothic Blue Book 6, A Krampus Carol. And this is a collection of short horror stories. You know we gotta at least read at least one of them.
Those are horrors. We do have another, but that's more of a Halloween horror one that we have. That's specifically a Krampus one.
So, little trashlings.
Oh my god. Let me know!
What would you like us to start off with?
Let me know!
Lavender. The tree does not need decorating right now. Any suggestions?
Okay. Hang on, I'm looking at chat again. Can I boop Trash Husband's snoot? I can do that.
You can boop the snoot.
Hang on. Ugh.
Max an old trash can. And who is that from?
That was, I think that was, hang on. That was Bar? That was Bar.
Thank you, Bar. Any suggestions on
And which one would you what would you like? Chat? You want one of the Um, Christmas ones. Shall we pick? Um, Zeno. I think we what was that? Zeno and was that some said they wanted their votes are for Krampus.
All right.
So the Krampus picture. Do you want the short story or the picture book first? That is some beautiful watercolor art on that picture book. Picture book, picture book, picture book.
So that's
Yep.
gotta make sure I get my voice ready. Liquid.
I should have made you some lemon honey.
I apologize for my voice. It's not exactly up to par. I'm still kind of getting over that, whatever the heck it was. But I will do it. Krampus, A Holiday Message by Johnny DePaul.
Make sure you keep it.
Okay.
I wish it was Nap. I wish it was.
Let us begin. From Briar Patch, dry, cold, and rot, he gathers twigs and spindle knots.
What that ass do?
A whipping stick and chains of steel, he readies for his winter meal. He's made his list and checked it thrice to sort out children, neat and nice. With baskets slung across his back, he steps out from his frozen shack.
Not gonna lie, nearly thought you were gonna say crack.
I much prefer, old Krampus said, to pluck them from their sleeping beds. It really isn't fun when naughty children start to run. Yes, naughty children, girls and boys, they have no business getting toys.
Chat, have you been naughty? Are you getting toys this year?
What nonsense, this whole Christmas thing. They give and get and eat and sing. Ugh.
Those faces are upsettingly happy. Like the lady that's eating the pie straight from the middle. Sorry, I'm giving a running commentary.
But the rotten ones are rather grand, unlike that goody two-shoes clan. They seem to come with extra spice. As flavor goes, they're awfully nice. So, children, lovelies, listen here. Perhaps this hasn't been your year. You shriek and shout and run amok. And now it seems you're out of luck.
Get in the bag. Get in the bag, little
Yes, in the
Timmy.
bag.
Thank you for stopping by, Zeno.
Have a good night, Zeno. But have no fear, for Uncle Cramp has kept you both dark and dead. A playground for the naughty crumbs I keep just past my bleeding gums. So hit your brother, kick the dog, and call your aunt a smelly hog.
I'd say worse. Don't worry, Bowser. This is the first story. You're in time.
Then yell and scream and punch the wall. It's almost time to deck the hall. Now pull out all your sister's hair and shout about how life's not fair. Ugh, life just isn't fair.
Is that a demon on a leash?
That is a deep.
Thank you.
Next, tell a lie. In fact, tell 10. Then steal and hit and then lie again. For every little wicked bite will be to me a sheer delight. And happy children, nice and clean. Have you considered being mean? It's pretty fun, I have to say. Perhaps I'll meet you someday. So if you want to meet Krampus, you have to be mean.
Be a little shit if you want to meet Krampus.
Well, fingers crossed, old Krampus said. Now close your eyes, get into bed, and think of what your deed shall be, while dreaming happy, rotten.
Cut out on that last line.
And then the Krampus said, sleep tight. I'll see you soon, my dears. Good night.
Is that the end of the book?
And that is the end. However, there is a message on the. Oh, never mind. That's just. So, as you can see, if you want to meet Krampus, you too can, but you have to be mean. Otherwise, I suggest being nice. You can. Not that there isn't anything wrong with
The Krampus is taking the children away in a bag. What happens? What's in the bag? What's in the bag? Okay. Swarm of Zambonis, who I like to say swarm of Zambinis. Question: does the existence of Krampus imply the existence of Jesus, or does it turn out that just Scandinavian fey creatures exist?
I don't fucking know, man. I mean, if Scandinavian creatures and fae exist, like, I think we're all.
Oh yeah, we're all fucked.
Maybe we are in Krampus's bag right now. We just don't know it.
Oh my god, we might be. Sleep well, Nap. Thank you for coming and stopping by. I'm glad you were able to get a story in. Sleep well. Did we have any other comments? When's the part where we sit on Santa's lap and tell him what we want for Christmas? Do you want to take that role?
Have a seat. What would you like for Christmas?
What do you want for Christmas, chat? What is okay, Lavender's seemingly behaving herself. What's the next book, sweetheart?
The next book, I think we'll read a personal favorite of mine, 50 Below Zero. For those of you who aren't Canadian, maybe? I don't know.
I know.
Like Robert Munch's like diet stuff you read in
Beluga. Hang
elementary
on, Beluga. Okay, wait, Beluga. See, we have to be careful with Beluga because Beluga's from Quebec. So, is Robert Munch a thing even in Quebec? I'm sorry, that was mean. Sleep well, Fleur. Thank you so much for coming and stopping by. I'm glad you got a story in, and you probably either joined in someone's raid when I was playing Dwarf Fortress, or a boomer shooter of some description, or because I am the internet's favorite trash can, because I won a court case to earn that title. But I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
Okay. So before I get to this one, I just want to say this is one of the weird, like cardboard ones, so I may have a little bit of trouble. Just bear with me. 50 Below Zero. Jason was asleep. He woke up. He heard a sound in the kitchen. His father was sleeping on top of the refrigerator. Papa, wake up! Jason yelled and went back to bed. Jason woke up. He heard a sound in the garage. His father was sleeping on top of the car. Papa, wake up! Jason yelled and went back to bed. Jason woke up again. He heard a sound in the woods. His father was sleeping against a tree. It was 50 below zero outside. Papa, wake up! Jason yelled, but this time Jason couldn't wake him up. Jason pushed and pulled his father home. Jason put his father in a warm bath. Then Jason got a really long rope. He tied one end to the bathroom doorknob and the other side to his father's big toe. Jason went back to bed. Jason woke up. He heard a sound in the kitchen. His father was stuck in the middle of the floor. Good, said Jason. Now I can go to sleep. Jason's mother woke up. She heard a sound in the kitchen. Seems to run in the family.
It does. Fridge on top of fridges are apparently incredibly comfortable places to sleep. Hello, Lanix. How are you doing, doll? That was That got like weirdly dark there for a second, but then it wasn't really dark there for a
Like,
second.
is he?
Is he? Is he? Oh, no, he's fine. It's a kid's book. Don't worry about it. He's fine.
Where's the weirdest place you fell asleep at?
Oh, I can tell you the weirdest place I've fallen asleep. Um, if you ask a cat I had once, refrigerator is tops are the best place to sleep. Lavender hasn't figured out that one yet. And yes, Lavender's pooch is very poochy because she walked along the back there. She did a bit of a strut, and now I don't know where she is. Um, Weirdest place I've fallen asleep was it was at a track meet. My dad had taken the Cobra to a track meet, and I fell asleep on a brick of concrete using a tool bag as a pillow. Probably the weirdest place I've fallen asleep. What about you? Appropriate.
I'm going through the Rolodex here. I'd have to say in the back of a truck, like in the bed part. Um, and that would have been when I was small,
Mm.
because uh, we would take drives out into we call it the pasture. It's where the horses were, and so we'd always take drives out there. And one of my favorite things to do as a kid was I'd bring a sleeping bag and I'd put it in the back of the truck, and I would just lay there, and the motion of the truck just made me fall. Not necessarily weird.
It's not. It's not. No. It's
It's
not
not
common.
standard.
No, we've got Thumb fell asleep in a nightclub once,
Wow.
and Beluga under a picnic table at the park.
Picnic table at the park.
I could see it.
I want to hang out with you, Baloo. Maybe what we'll do is we'll go through.
Garland fell asleep in a mattress store, but it was on the floor between two of the bed setups. It wasn't even on the mattresses.
All those mattresses.
Too many.
Between them looks good.
Yeah. Too many.
I think what I'll do is I'll read this next one.
Yep.
And then I'll read a story from here, since this is a collection of short stories. And then I'll read something from here, or I'll read this one. And then I'll go back.
Okay. Yeah.
Finish strong.
Yeah. We'll get more Krampus in there. Did you want me to
I'll flip.
Okay. Wait, what? Madness used to fall asleep in class, but kept their eyes open, so it looked like they were listening when they were absolutely asleep.
We had this one dude. Like, I don't know if he was just pulling our leg or what, but he would fall asleep apparently with his eyes open. And we caught him one time, and it kind of freaked us out. His eyes. It was freaky. It was weird. Okay. Ready for the next one? Okay. This next one is another Robert Munch one, called Finding Christmas. Finding Christmas. Julie always found her Christmas presents. One year, she found them in the basement. One year, she found them in the bathroom. One year, she found them in the garage. But this Christmas, Julie began to wonder if she was getting any presents from her family at all. She had looked and looked and looked and found nothing. On Christmas Eve, Julie decided to give it one last try. She went down into the basement and pushed her way through spiderweb. No presents. She went into the bathroom and pulled out all the towels. No presents.
It's Santy Trash. That's who this handsome man is.
She went into her parents' bedroom and took all the clothes out of the drawers and all the clothes out of the closets. No presents. She moved everything out of the garage and looked underneath the car and behind the lawnmower. No presents. She called her friend who lived across the street and said, Denise, Denise, I've looked all over the house. There is nothing here. It is Christmas Eve and there are no presents. None at all. No presents. Denise said, Stop, stop. I am looking over at your house and guess what I see on the roof. What could be on the roof? I know, said Julie. There is a Santa Claus with a sleigh. My mom and dad put that up this year. Isn't it neat? Yes, it is neat, said Denise. And what is in the back of the sleigh on top of your roof? A large box, said Julie. Yes, said Denise. And what do you think is inside the box? Of course, said Julie. They hid the presents on the roof.
Not gonna lie, climbing on the roof to check presents is something that I would do.
Would you climb on the roof, chat? I might. What about you, Lavender? Would you climb on the roof? I think she would. So Julie went to bed early, and then, very quickly, she climbed up onto the roof. She opened the top of the box and looked in.
Double page spread! Oh my god.
The box was full of presents. Julie pulled herself up and fell in. The top closed, and she could not get out. She yelled, Denise! But Denise had already gone to bed.
What is it with Munch and putting fucking people outside in the snow to freeze to death?
Julie yelled, Daddy! But her dad was busy decorating the tree. She yelled, Mommy! But her mom was busy wrapping one last Christmas present for her dad. She yelled, Andrew! But her brother was putting out a plate of cookies for Santa. Julie even yelled, Taya! But her sister had gone to sleep on the couch. There was no way to get out, so Julie decided to take a nap. She lay down in the middle of the presents, wrapped herself up in a blanket, and went to sleep. Very late that night, Julie's mom and dad went up onto the roof, got the box, and took it inside. Ha, said Julie's dad. Julie never saw any Christmas presents this time. She doesn't know what she's getting. Yes, said her mom. We definitely fooled her this time. I don't know. Sorry, Chad, I have a cat down at my feet. They reached in the box and brought out a bicycle. A great present for Andrew, said Julie's dad. They reached in the box and brought out some markers. A great present for Julie, said her mom. They reached in the box and brought out some building blocks. A great present for Taya, said her dad. Then they reached in the box and brought out Julie, fast asleep. Look at this, said Julie's dad. It's a little girl. Who's getting a little girl?
I know those markers. I know those markers so well. With the white caps and the yep. Flashbacks.
I didn't get anyone a little girl, said Julie's mom. Well, it looks like a really nice little girl, and I want it for my Christmas present, said her dad. It looks like a really nice little girl to me, too, and I want it for my Christmas present, said her mom. No, said her dad. I saw it first, and it's going to be my present. No, said her mom. It's a girl, and I'm a girl, so it should belong to me. Then Julie woke up. Wait a minute, she said. I belong to you both. Right, said her mom and dad. Then they gave her kisses and hugs and wrapped her up and put her under the Christmas tree with a label that said, to Mommy and Daddy. On Christmas morning, Andrew and Taya found Julie all wrapped up under the tree. So Andrew wrapped himself up and went under the tree, and Taya wrapped herself up and went under the tree. When their parents finally woke up, the kids all yelled, Merry Christmas! And everyone agreed that it was the best Christmas ever.
Chat had a field day with that one, and I'll talk all about it in a second, but I want to get this collar off before Lavender chokes herself. Yes, you. Here. There you go.
So what did you think of that? Lavender's collar, by the way. I guess she didn't.
She did not want it. Okay, right. I'm watching chat. They were having a field day with that particular book.
You were having a field day with it.
Especially the kid, the bit at the end with the parents going, "That's my little girl" and shit at the end.
I had a feeling you didn't. Or have a field day.
And let's see here. Yeah, okay, yes, Smitch, absolutely. We can do it. I'll show you my beadwork if you show me your beadwork. Uh, and apparently Smitch looked in their laundry this morning and did not find a present.
Where could it be, Smitch? Did you try the roof?
Yeah, did you guys try the roof?
Up.
I think the subject matter is going to come up again in real real fierce in about 15 years in therapy. I mean, the kid deserved to be wrapped up under the tree. Like, she looked miserable in that drawing, but after continuously like not looking for the gifts, and then the parents had to go to extremes.
I mean, sometimes I just want to wrap up Lavender and be like, "Hey, chill, my girl, chill."
Red. Oh, hello, Red. Red said, "I think Santa left my gift in the bank vault. Gonna go grab it." Yes,
Ooh,
just in a bank vault. Don't worry about it.
gonna do a
There's
Christmas heist.
a.
Yeah, yeah, Lavender. Any
Ugh.
other comments,
Any other thoughts, comments, feelings, experiences?
observations?
Have you guys accidentally found Christmas presents in weird places that have been attempted to be hidden from you as a kid?
Oh, I used to be like, I was all about finding Christmas presents when I was a kid. I would, yeah, I couldn't wait. I would always go looking, and I'd always find them. And then I'd want to play with them, but I couldn't.
Smitch says your voice is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
And
This isn't even my voice at full power.
no, it's not. He's still recovering. He's got a little bit of a scratchy throat at the moment. Madness. I did one time ruin my Christmas by very carefully untaping the presents and peeking, and then carefully taping them to conceal the cheating.
I've
That's
done
I
that.
I haven't. I never knew where my parents hid my gifts. I never figured, but I never went looking. Like, I must have been such a deep sleeper that I remember multiple Christmas mornings waking up and the presents were on the end of my bed. Not in a stocking, not under the tree, they were on the end of the bed, and I just slept through the whole fucking thing. But also, I think my mum did it to keep me in my room, so there was something to keep me entertained, and I wouldn't be out of bed until 6. Like, I could wake up before 6, but I wasn't allowed to leave my room before 6 on Christmas morning. So she'd leave presents at the end of my bed to keep me entertained.
I like. I'm just looking at potential stories.
Yeah, we're doing a short story next. And also, if you guys want to continue reading once we have gone through all the Christmas stuff, I do have other children's picture books. They're not Christmas related, but they are Australian, and some of them actually have quite heavy matter, so maybe we shouldn't. I do have, I mean, the Easter Bilby, but that's not, this is Christmas, not Easter. And I do have a little golden book, the monster at the end of this book, if you guys are still interested in non-Christmas related picture books, but we will continue through the Christmas stuff. How are we holding up so far, chat? While Trash Husband looks for a short story. Are they like a couple of pages, like 10 or
Yeah. Gonna read that one.
no? Yeah, these are horror stories that he's looking through at the moment, so we're trying to find a family friendly one.
Yeah, some of them are a bit like. So you were working through some things, buddy.
High school before you had your first Christmas?
Me too.
Oh yeah, Fleur, I was gonna say, shouldn't you be sleeping? Something like that, 'cause very early, my family agreed we're not doing the Santa stick. I remember when I found out Santa wasn't real. I found out Santa wasn't real the same day I found out the Easter Bunny wasn't real. Um,
The that's a sad story that you told me that one.
Yeah. So I remember. Don't hide your smile. It's so pretty.
No, I'm just like whenever I think about it, I'm like, oh, a little trash back and your little friend. Sad.
Santa is real, but his lore isn't. Yeah. So what happened was I remember one year for Easter I drew in chalk on our back porch or our back paved area a really, really big picture of the Easter bunny in chalk, like massive, like fucking huge. And on Easter Day, when I was going out and doing my Easter, picking up all the eggs, I found a note that had been left for me by the Easter Bunny, thanking me for this beautiful portrait of the Easter Bunny. And I was looking at the handwriting, and my detective hat went on. And I'm like, hang on a minute, I recognize this handwriting. And I went and found a sample of my mum's handwriting, and I matched them. She tried to change it a little bit, but not much, but I still recognized it. And I went crying to my mum and being like, did you write this? And I'm like, yeah. And I think that's the same day I found out, like, she's like, okay, you're old enough now to know the Easter Bunny, Santa, all that sort of stuff. And I went to school that day miserable and told my best friend and about it, so I ruined it for her as well, and we both cried the whole day. It was great.
I think this one, maybe.
Maybe.
We're gonna talk about the
Oh,
A word. But this one doesn't look like it's like somebody working through the A word.
okay. All right. All right.
Now, keep in mind, I just glanced over this really quick.
We may have to cut out real quick, if it gets a bit, but we're going to be reading a short story here about horror
We want to
story.
read horror, right? We don't want to relive our.
Yeah, other people's horror, not our horror. So this is going to be a warning, chat. This is a short horror story about Krampus. Spooky.
And there's no pictures, so
I don't have
use
to
your
work.
imagination.
I don't have to work the Zoom. I can sit down.
Okay. So this one is called Secret Santa by Gary E. Lee. Mom, is Santa real? I had just turned 10 and was helping hang homemade garlands. Mom and I set up the tree together during the first weekend of December. It was tradition. Mom paled at the question, fidgeted for a moment, and rubbed at a faded scar on her left wrist, then sat down and let me finish alone. We couldn't afford much. The only real presents under the sparse tree were from my grandparents. My little brother, Jamie, and I would add some homemade crafts, so Mom would wrap up clothes from the thrift store. But every Christmas morning, there were gifts that hadn't been there the night before. They were brightly wrapped and something we wanted, though not always what we asked for. Tina, honey, of course he's real. Bobby said he wasn't. He made Jamie cry at school. Bobby wore fancy new clothes and often made fun of me. I hated him. It wasn't fair that he got nice stuff and we didn't. Bobby's father is a lawyer. Santa doesn't need to visit them. She stared off into space, still pale and drawn. Why do we need to pay Santa? Oh, sorry. Why do we need to pay Santa like at the store? I wasn't clear on how Santa worked, but something didn't seem right. Jamie came into the room and Mom changed the subject, but she brought it up again at bedtime. Santa is real, she smiled, as she kissed me goodnight. But don't try to sneak downstairs. He doesn't like being seen. That was silly. He was always friendly at the mall. We didn't talk about it again until we went to bed on Christmas Eve. Mom kissed me goodnight and gave me another warning. Honey, I know you're still wondering about Santa. Please stay in bed. We can talk about him tomorrow. Trust me tonight. Obviously, I didn't. I had to know. My alarm woke me shortly before midnight. The house was dark and eerily silent. I opened my door slowly and had to stifle a scream when a wreath with bells fell off the doorknob and clanged to the floor. Mom sat in a wooden chair just outside my room. She'd fallen asleep reading a book, but the noise didn't wake her. That was weird. Why had she felt the need to sleep? Why had she felt the need to guard my door? I tiptoed past her, planning to go to the bathroom if she woke up. She didn't. She breathed slowly as if in a trance. Magic? Christmas magic? Only a dim light lit the living room, but it was bright enough to see by. I looked around to find a hiding spot, then crawled under an armchair in the opposite corner of the tree. My legs stuck out from the back, since the chair wasn't very big, but it was the best I could do. From there, I could see both the fireplace and the entrance to the hall. I rested my chin on my crossed arms and waited, and watched, and slept. I woke with a gasp. The room was cold, very, very cold. My breath fogged the air and my teeth chattered. I shivered and started to squirm backwards, then stopped as I realized something, crouched between the fireplace and the Christmas tree. He turned at my movement. Time slowed, stretched. We stared at each other for a long moment. Nothing moved. Neither of us spoke. He looked very thin, not like Santa at the mall. His scraggly beard was grimy, and the traditional red suit looked slick and shiny. The fur trim was gray and dingy, with red and brown flecks of something splattered across it. His bare hands and feet were filthy with long, yellowed nails. One hand rested on a greasy, misshapen bag next to him. The mantel clock chimed and I glanced up. Midnight. When had I fallen asleep? How had it gotten so cold? I jerked my eyes back to the figure to find he had moved during my momentary distraction. He stopped halfway to me. When I looked back at him, a rotten smell, like spoiled milk, filled the room. The children's. His voice was a raspy hiss. The fetid stench grew stronger as his breath wafted across my face. I nodded and gagged simultaneously. You seize me. His eyes were black holes that pulled the light and warmth from both the room and my soul, leaving darkness and bitter cold. I nodded again, but didn't want to see. I wished I stayed in bed, wished I listened to Mom. I tried to scream, to wake her, but couldn't. He grinned, displaying teeth ending in sharp points. They were red, like the suit. The contracts are broken. No, I croaked. A violent shiver and chattering teeth cut me off. No contracts, no presents. He licked his teeth with a long, red tongue and showed way too many points. No, not from. I shook my head. I just wanted him to leave me alone, to leave me alive. He reached into the dirty bag and pulled out a large present wrapped in shiny gold paper. It reflected a non-existent light, brightening the room beyond what the soul lamp produced. Bobby's present. You want his presents? The wrapped gift called out to me. It wasn't fair that Bobby received new toys and I got used clothes. I wanted it, deserved it. Why shouldn't I accept it? Yes. I stared at the of shimmery patterns of light on paper and nodded. I want it. He tossed the present over to the tree and reached for me. I squirmed backwards, but not fast enough. He grabbed my left wrist and yanked me out from under the chair. His grip was strong, too strong. Without pause, he twisted my arm over and raked the inside of my wrist with dirty claws. Blood sprayed across his clothes and the carpet as a sharp tearing pain raced up my arm. Black oblivion yanked me down. Mom found me later. Our scars matched, though hers were faint with age. I gave the present to Bobby, unopened, that year and every year after. The next year, when Jamie asked about Santa, we told him the truth, then locked him in his room.
God damn. God damn. God damn. That was, woo. Thoughts, chat? Chat was very quiet for that one. Chat, normally the picture books, that it had just been like, oh my god, what the fuck are the kids doing on the roof? But that one, they were like,
I apologize. I kind of stuttered throughout that. It's dark in here, and eyes. My eyes aren't the greatest.
Switch was eating. Beluga said it was scary. I want to know what Krampus does with the bagged children. I suggest we
He eats them.
He eats them.
Doesn't he? I thought he.
I don't know. I thought he just hits them. I don't know what he does.
I know he like beats the shit out of them.
Oh, they liked that one.
I actually got okay. I want to read one from Taktumi. Yeah,
you do? You want to go? That's technically none of them are. I mean, they're winter related.
It is winter related. I think there's one that I haven't.
Okay. Well, both ways. Hello, CC. How are you doing, Dal? What
Hey,
we'll
CC.
do is we'll just sit and chat for a bit because my ads are about to run.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we'll just sit and chat and hang out for a bit, and I'm gonna grab the horror book, the other horror book. Fleur, I remember a similar one in Germany, but I remember the German one being way more terrifying. Maybe he takes them back to turn into more Krampusy. Krampusy? Is it Krampusy or Krampusy? Can it be both? Can it be both? It can be both.
That's a new word to add to the lexicon. That's a new word to add to the lexicon. So to kind of give you an idea of what I'm seeing, and this is all that matters, is Lavender sitting in the chair, just sitting, arms are like doing that thing. Sorry, I hit the mic. How are you doing, Lavender? You okay? I think. Yeah, she's. I also can't see what you're typing. Mac took off on me, so it's just me and you.
I'm still here. I'm just looking for stuff. Okay, I can't find it. Anyway.
You couldn't find the book? Oh. It is up there, isn't it? Pretty sure it was.
Okay, let me have a look here.
It is. Maybe. Pretty sure it's. Let's read Fear and Loathing.
No, we're not reading Fear and Loathing.
There's a good one in this book that I really enjoy. That's the one. The Door.
It's not a Christmas book, but it has to be there. It's important to me. Okay, I'm sitting back down.
Maybe what I'll do is I'll read the door.
Mhm.
I'll do another Krampus one.
Oh, the door is very good.
And then I'll finish off with something a little lighthearted.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll finish off with something even more lighthearted.
2 treats for Lavender.
2 treats. Oh my goodness. Come here, Lavender. Come on. Meow. 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 There you go. Meow. Come on. Here you go. There you go. There you go, baby. There you go. Here's your
Ugh.
treats. Come on. Come on. Right here. Yeah. Right here. There you go. Maybe they're right there. Can they see?
Mm.
Don't forget this one. There you go. Look right here. You're not as blind as me. Come on, I know you can see it. There you go, Lavender. How are things going with the ads?
They've started. I'll tell you when they're done. So just us, chat. Just us.
Oh, baby. Oh, you got your nail stuck. There you go. Yeah, you're okay.
Does Trash Husband deal in rare books, or is it just the sweater? No, that's me. I'm the one that deals in rare books. He looks the part. I've got the piles upon piles of rare books. Well, not rare books. I've got piles of out of print books. I think there's a difference. I suppose if it's out of print, it's automatically a little bit rare.
I mean, I wouldn't know.
Up, we're back.
If I were to deal in anything, what would I deal in?
What would you deal in?
What would be my games? No. Cameras.
Cameras. Yeah, you're dealing cameras. Oh, there was supposed to be a head pat for Lavi, but Lavi's decided to fuck off. I can boop Trash Husband Snoot if you like. If that's acceptable, I can boop Trash Husband Snoot. Okay.
I'm getting booped. Yeah, I'd say I'd deal in.
Yeah, you're dealing cameras. I can't. I'm not gonna boop again unless someone redeems it. One redeem, one boop.
I have been booped again.
Oh, hang on. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 boops. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That wasn't a boop. Now look what you started. Now they're gonna all want to like, oh, do that for him. Do that for me. Give Trash God kisses for me.
Boop your own snoot.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
No fun anymore. They're not. They stopped.
They're like, oh wait, she's fucking outsourcing the nose boops.
I kind of want to show them something of mine, but I don't know what.
TrashMack boops the snoot, or TrashMack gets the no swears redeem. Oh shit, fuck. All right. Do you want to see something of Trash Husband's chat? He wants to show something off. What do you want to see?
There's 3 more in that short time. Oh, come here, Lavender. There's a nose bat or head pat. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Lavender, come on. You know exactly what I'm doing. Okay? Don't give me that look. Lavender's giving me that look. Come here. Oh, you're laying down.
And I'm gonna be a nose boop on the way past refilling my drink
Another
bottle.
one?
Yeah, another one. Using up all their points now. Did you want me to hand you something to show chat?
Fucking poking me. Hey, gotta redeem that. I know what to show them. No, I still got some in my cup. Bring them my Sasquatch. Oh, I just realized I did the lip point thing.
You did do the lip point, and I
So,
immediately knew what you were talking about.
So I don't know if. Okay, here's a little quirk about. I've only ever seen it with like other natives. Nietzsche's. Nietzsche's is it's a slang term, and in our language for friend. So like we'll just use it to refer to natives sometimes, right? But so what you saw there that's something that I've only really seen with us natives do. Maybe other people do, but like to point, we don't do that. We'll and there's different levels to. So sometimes, like if you're like, could be like, check that, check her out, check him out, or just, you're being slick about it, right? And other levels to that. Sorry.
Don't apologize. Don't apologize.
So this here is a Bigfoot. And he has little gnomes. Did my sister got this for us?
No, your mum did.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
My mom got this for us.
I was there. It was great.
So this is my Bigfoot. I don't know where, like, this is the most randomest find ever.
Look at the one on the back.
Oh. But I love it. Funny.
We've got it looks like Chewbacca with gnomes instead of Ewoks.
I kind of want to show him my cameras.
No, that is not too nerdy. You cannot out nerd these people. Trust me when I say some. You want to know what the topic of conversation?
These people.
Yes. You don't want to know what the I said that. You want to know what the boop the butt. You boop the butt. You want to know what the topic of conversation was the other day?
What was the topic?
Quantum physics.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you can't out nerd these people. Don't worry, you'll be fine. You want to talk about cameras for half an hour? They will sit here with bated breath and listen. That's why I love them. That's why I love my community. We encourage each other's special interests and hyperfixations.
Love it.
It's because we all have the tism. There you go.
All right.
Theoretical quantum physics. Sorry, Fleur.
So this next story, so this is from, I think I'm saying this right, I'm not 100% sure, but the book is called Taktumi? Taktumi? An anthology of Arctic horror stories. So this language, that would be from up north, way up north.
I believe a lot of them are Inuit.
Yeah, Inuit. Well, I mean, like you'd have different groups. Like it's not
Oh
just
yeah,
Inuit,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I'm not 100% sure if this is actual Inuit, I think would be the language. I'm not sure, but if this is their language or a different northern Canada language.
Hello, Mari. TrashMack is the one behind the camera. TrashHusband is the one in front of the camera. We're currently reading well, we were reading kids' books. But we've switched over to horror, Christmassy things. So please feel free to grab yourself something warm to drink, something cozy. Perhaps turn the lights on because things are about to get a little bit spooky. Enjoy Trash Husband reading us some stories.
So we're taking a bit of a turn here. This isn't necessarily like Christmas horror, but it is Arctic horror.
It's
There's
winter.
still snow.
Yeah, snow is involved, and
Snow is
really,
involved.
when you're in the northern hemisphere, that's what matters.
Exactly. So this is like where Santa Claus
Santa Claus lives
lives.
there.
And this next story is called The Door. Um, as I said, just bear with me if I stutter or whatever. It's just because the glasses can't really see. We getting some knowledge.
Blig was just saying Inuit it would be in
Inuktitut?
yes.
There. All right. The Door by Anne R. Loverock. And there's no pictures.
No pictures for this one, sorry. I have to call you guys sweethearts. I'm gonna do it anyway. Sorry, sweethearts.
The door stood alone against the backdrop of the tundra. It was white, almost lost in the endless field of snow. The only thing that stood out was the black doorknob. Yomi blinked hard. He turned off his snowmobile, threw his shotgun over his shoulder, and approached cautiously. Up close, it looked like any regular door, except that it was standing alone in the middle of the Arctic. He gently touched the sides, sliding his hand underneath to feel the space between the door and the ground. It wasn't attached. He shivered and took a step back. What in God's name? He said. Yomi had left his house that morning at roughly 6 a.m. It was springtime. The sun had just begun to peek over the horizon, giving him a precious few hours of light. He was hunting polar bear, although he would bag a wolf if he saw one. The Northwest Territories Hunters and Trappers Association offered $150 for the pelts, and he could use that money. But after nearly 2 hours, Yomi had managed to kill only one Arctic hare. Not much, he thought, but better than going back empty-handed. The daylight had already begun to fade. He had skinned the animal with his knife and put the red flesh in a plastic bag. After securing his catch to the back of his snowmobile, he'd driven off toward the village. And then he'd seen it. As Yomi stared at the door, he noticed the world around him had grown eerily quiet. Usually the wind was stinging his face, but it had stopped blowing. Everything around him was silent, unmoving. Without knowing how it happened, Yomi found his hand on the doorknob. A bad taste formed in his mouth, and his stomach was in knots. He had fought hard against the urge to open the door. He had a feeling deep in his gut that this was something unnatural, something evil. He used all of his willpower to remove his hand and ran back to his snowmobile. He took off for home without looking back. He arrived home, breathless and shaken, just as the darkness took over and hurried into the house with his catch. His grandmother, Ethel, was sitting at the table sewing beads onto a moose hide jacket. Yomi stood in the kitchen, snow falling off him in heaps that melted into puddles on the floor. Take off your snowsuit. Take off your snowsuit in the entrance, Ethel said. Yomi went into the kitchen, threw the hair into the sink, and went back to hang up his clothes to dry. When he came back, his grandmother was filling a pot with water. She could tell from the look on her grandson's face that he was upset. I found something, Yomi said. Ethel waited for him to continue speaking, but he just stared at her, his eyes wide. What? She finally said. I couldn't bring it back with me. It's not something I have ever seen before. I mean, I've seen one before, but not like this. You're talking crazy. What did you see? Ethel asked. There was a door. It was just there all of a sudden. It looked like it was floating. Ethel looked at Yomi. What he said sounded insane. He expected her to laugh or cry because her grandson had lost his mind. He noticed her body stiffen. She stood for a moment, unmoving, as though she were transfixed. Did you touch it? She asked. Yomi nodded. Just lightly. Did you open it? No, but I wanted to. Yomi stared intensely at his grandmother. Her face was contorted in fear. He had never seen her look like that before. She spoke slowly in a hushed voice. Yomi, you must not open that door. You understand? If you see it again, you do not open it. Where did it come from? Why did I see it? I don't know. What happens if I open it? Listen to me, Yomi. You leave it alone, and if you ever see it again, that's all we're going to say about it. Ethel shook her head and turned away. She took out a bag of flour and began busying herself. You want some bannock with dinner? Yomi, stop! Yomi sat down at the kitchen table, swallowing his questions, along with his fear. Yes, you should make some bannock. Maybe take out the jam too, he said. Ethel smiled and began to hum. We need to go to church this Sunday. We haven't been in a while. I saw Father Gagnon at the northern mart. He told me we have been missed. Yomi nodded his head in agreement. His grandmother had been a practicing Catholic since missionaries had arrived in the village when she was a child. I guess we should go this weekend, he said. You're one of the most respected elders in the community. You have to set an example. Yomi couldn't help but think her sudden urge to go to church had something to do with the mysterious door. The sickly feeling swirled in his stomach and crawled up into his throat. He swallowed some water and tried to stifle it, forcing it back down. He ate his dinner in silence and went to bed early. Yomi did his best to forget about the door, allowed it to fall into the deep recesses of his mind where he had shoved other bad memories, like the time he was beaten almost unconscious by Jackson Bishop, the local bully, or the image of his mother lying in a casket, her face calm as though she were sleeping. Yomi did his best to keep his darkest memories buried. Ever since his encounter with the door, he hadn't been able to keep them out of his mind. They kept bubbling up to the surface, jolting him awake, heart pounding. The weather changed, and with warmer temperatures came the midnight sun and the best season for hunting. Nearly half the village would spend time harvesting muskox, bison, and caribou. Early one morning, Yomi's neighbor, Daryl, arrived at the door carrying a shotgun. Daryl was a little older than Yomi, in his mid-30s, but looked closer to 50. His skin was weathered and cracked. He had deep bags under his eyes. Yomi, we're heading west to hunt for caribou tomorrow. Why don't you join us? We got a small group together, going for maybe 2 or 3 days. We could use you. Normally, Yomi would jump at the offer, but the swirling nausea in his stomach gave him pause. He looked at his grandmother for approval. She was standing behind him with her arms crossed over her chest. You're not going to get better weather than this, she said, motioning to the sky. We need to eat. Daryl smiled and gave Yomi a friendly slap on the shoulder. Get your survival gear together. I'll swing by tomorrow, early. Yomi went to sleep feeling anxious. He tossed and turned, dreaming about the door. In his dream, he was standing in front of it, trying to stop himself from opening it. It was like his hand had a mind of its own. He couldn't stop himself from turning the knob. The door opened to blackness, a deep, dark abyss that Yomi felt himself being sucked into. It felt sinister. He was propelled awake, sweating and out of breath. The next morning, Yomi drove his ATV behind the other, carefully scanning the ground for tracks. He hoped for a caribou or muskox. Either would have enough meat to last a while. After a morning of travel, the group was hours from the village. Yomi's eyes scanned the flat landscape continuously, looking for anything that appeared unusual. It was nearing 2 a.m. when they finally stopped to set up camp. Normally, Yomi had no difficulty sleeping in the sunlight, but this time, for some reason, he felt uneasiness he couldn't shake. While the others slept soundly and tense, Yomi walked away from camp, looking for a spot to relieve himself. He noticed something in the distance. At first, he thought it was a burned down cabin, but as he got closer, his blood ran cold. It was a door. The door. It looked the same as it had in the winter, standing alone, unfixed to the landscape. He considered waking the other men, but something compelled him toward it. He didn't want to do it, but it was as though he was not in control of his own body. He found himself approaching, despite the feeling that something was very wrong. There was something sinister about the door. The urge to open it was stronger this time. He put his hand on the knob. He remembered his grandmother's warning. He pictured her face as he tried to keep his hand off the knob. It was as though an invisible force had taken over Yomi. A deep breath, and he opened the door. He couldn't help it. He closed his eyes, half expecting something awful to jump out and eat him. Slowly opening his eyes, he stared through the empty door frame to see the same landscape on the other side. Nothing horrible, no monsters, no demons. He walked back to camp and, looking over his shoulder, saw that the door had quietly vanished. Yomi felt unsettled. He told himself he should feel relieved, but something nagged at him. Deep down, he knew that couldn't be it. He felt as though the door wasn't finished with him. The anticipation of what lay ahead was nerve-wracking. He did his best to shove his concern aside and act like everything was fine. 3 days later, the group arrived back in the village on schedule. The hunting party had killed 2 large bison, enough meat to last a few weeks. Yomi found his grandmother in the kitchen when he arrived home. She was sitting with her Bible in front of her. Reading glasses hung from a string around her neck. She visibly shivered when he walked in. We were successful, he said, smiling as he placed cuts of meat inside the freezer. Ethel sat stone-faced. Aren't you happy? You can make stew tonight, he said. Go into the backyard, he said. He opened the back door. A raven was lying right at his feet, almost as though it were waiting for him, horribly injured. Its neck was broken, and blood pooled around its body. Yomi bent down to get a closer look. He then noticed the yard was littered with at least a dozen dead birds, all bloody and broken. Yomi recoiled in horror. He stepped quickly back inside the house. "You open the door," Ethel said, her tone filled with disappointment and fear. Her words pained her grandson. Yomi, wide-eyed, was speechless. He lowered his head. He searched for something to say. I'm sorry," he muttered. "I'm afraid it's too late for sorry." A blood-curdling howl came from outside. It was almost animalistic. It was so deep and unnatural. Daryl was outside, blood flowing from his eyes. His piercing screams brought out half the village. Most of the people just stood around watching, shocked at the sight. A few ran to Daryl's side in an attempt to help. He withered and flailed so violently that nobody was able to hold on to him. Blood spurted from his face, spraying those closest to him. Yomi stood watching from the window. He wanted to help his friend, but found himself frozen in fear. "There is nothing we can do," Ethel said. She put down the Bible and motioned for Yomi to join her at the table. "When I was a girl, my mother told me about something that happened when she was a child. Her uncle claimed a door had appeared before him. He had been using sled dogs to cross from his hunting grounds back to his camp. There was a blizzard. His dogs became agitated. He saw a door standing on its own. He felt the evil that lay behind it, but he couldn't help himself. He had to open it. Nobody believed him, of course. They laughed at him, said he must be sick in the head to come up with such a crazy story." Ethel paused. She began crying, but stifled her tears with a tissue. Then people began to die. First, they suffered in an unspeakable manner. Yomi thought of Daryl, lying right outside on the gravel road, withering and contorting in pain. "The sickness spread, and everyone in the camp was dead in a few days," Ethel said. "Aside from my mother and her older brother, who fled early on. For some strange reason, their lives were spared." The pair sat in silence for a moment. Screams could be heard outside. "We can leave," he said to his grandmother. "And go where?" "We can take the ATV to Coral Inlet. The weather is good. Endless daylight. We can make it." Ethel didn't respond. "We can make it, Grandma. Grandma." Ethel sat quietly, picking her Bible back up and continuing to read. She was so calm it made Yomi feel panicky. He got up abruptly from the table and began to pack. He shoved some clothes, food, and a few other necessities into a duffel bag. He went back to the kitchen to tell Ethel it was time to leave. But just as he reached the doorway, he felt something wet on his face. Yomi touched his eyes, which had begun to sting. He looked at his hand to see blood. Ethel looked up at him, and tears of blood fell onto the pages of her Bible. "God help us," she said. That was the door.
I do enjoy that one. That one is.
I like that
You read it so well.
one. I love horror stories. I do. I love trying to write them and all that. Just that one also kind of reminds me of just some things that I've experienced in my own life with I don't know what you want to call it. There have been times it talks about that silence. There have been times where I'd be out hunting or just out working or whatever, and something weird happened. It's almost like you enter another realm. The world around you goes quiet. I can remember this one time I was out and about in a campground, and the trees were moving, but I couldn't hear the wind. And there were no people around. There was just vehicles, but no campers, no birds, nothing. And something actually happened. I won't go into detail about what happened, but something
I
happened.
know what happened.
And it was just like a light switch or something got flipped. And I could hear everybody. There's people around. I could see people. I could hear people laughing and talking. I could smell food. I could see the trees moving and hear the wind. I could hear the birds. And it was sunny. Like it was cloudy. And just so everything came alive. What do you think, chat?
We have a. What did the reindeer say to the elk? I care about. I care. I care about. Care about you. That took me. That took me so long to
I
get
like
out.
that.
It's that's very similar to the what is it? Will you? It's an Australian joke. Will you be my No. Is it? Will you be my Valentine? Cause I've been chicking you out. Um. Why did CC have the door in the woods?
Ooh.
Apparently, we have another cat. Abu is watching us. Madness's cat watching uh, and oh, Fleur apparently has a neat little spooky story. Um, they like that one. They like that one. Were we doing a Krampus one and then the other picture book? Is that what you were gonna do, or
Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, I'll do a Krampus one.
or?
And then
Because I forget the order of things. You wanted to do things
I was
next.
going
You
to do
wanted to...
Krampus and then these.
These two.
I will
Okay.
say that my voice is starting to get a little hoarse. Like, you kind of hear it a little bit.
Did you want me to get you a lemon honey?
Oh, no, no. Because then I got to wait for it to cool down. And then I gotta...
Okay. Do you want a soother?
No, because then they'll be hearing
Oh,
that.
right. Okay. Fair, 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 fair.
I shall push through. See if I can find a short Krampus one.
Oh. Lavender is deep asleep. Yep.
She is. Ooh, here's like a 2-pager.
Give me a quick little glance through.
Yeah, make sure it's appropriate.
um. Oh, Urbex. Do you mean urban exploring? Is that what she's saying, Fleur?
We are not reading that one.
Oh, we're not reading that one? Okay.
Yeah, Urbex is Urban Explorer.
It's urban exploring, right?
The only reason why I know that is because I watch a YouTube channel called Nuke's Top 5 and he featured this guy. I think it was Urbex Hill or something.
Oh, God.
Ooh, this one sounds cool.
Went urban exploring with their partner a while ago. It was her idea, don't ask me. It was definitely a nice date. Date night, urban exploring. You down, Trash Husband?
What's that?
Date night, urban exploring. You down?
Oh, absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely. We can go urban exploring any day.
I was friends with someone when I was doing my apprenticeship that was big into geocaching. Um, Went through decrepit buildings as you do. Everything looked very not forgotten, but definitely abandoned. Drawings and little pieces of art everywhere.
I like that. I found a little one-pager. It's a poem, I think. I think we'll do this and then we'll Any stuff on the chat though before we started?
Yeah, if you guys did you have anything else? Do you? I know you said you liked writing horrors and things like that. Have you written any horror poems before?
Not a poem, but I do have like a short horror story. Um, would you like that, chat? Because I could read it to you.
Yes, chat. Would you like to read some or hear some of Trash Husband's own writing? That's something that you guys might be interested in
Like, if
doing.
not, that's fine. I don't hold grudges.
You shy?
No, I honestly don't mind if they want to. Like, then that's
We got one. Yes, that's all you need.
cool. One.
Well, you got two technically.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah, I'll do that then. After this one, then I'll find it and I'll read it. And I'll show you guys the picture that accompanies it. But this is called The Holly King's Spawn by Sage Ravenwood.
I'm sorry. What was that name?
Sage Raven.
Okay. Yeah, love that. Okay, cool.
That's like, hey, I heard you're related to Edgar Allan Poe. Like, you know, with a name like that, you have to write something. The Holly King Spawn. The burnt umber days are getting chillier. There is a certain atmospheric haunting when the wind blows and a reed flute taps against the tree limbs. The decadent smell of rotten foliage slipping underfoot. Shorter days welcome longer nights. There is a somber uptick in stare. There is a somber uptick in stare contest with flickering candle flames. Autumn's dying season of belonging for the lonely. Careful brain, festive cheer will arrive packaged in distant relations snowbound, without snowshoes. Hoarfrost will crawl across yards, and before long neighbors will be shoveling slush, driven indoors for warmth. And you sit under a crisp starlight sky, waiting for the great pumpkin to turn into Saint Nick, riding a falling star of childhood wishes, dangling from a pine tree with no gifts. Save the night sky, shining brighter than an entire neighborhood filled with multicolored lights. We, the blessed star salivating eaters, the Holly King's mistletoe spawn, sit waiting to devour an Oak King's majesty in celebration of winter's solstice nevermore.
Hmm.
Oh,
That was sweet. Well,
this-
not sweet, but like it was.
I need to like get into my university brain here and
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
decipher.
yeah. That your philosophical brain.
What could it mean? I saw a reference to Charlie Brown.
Let's see. Fleur continued their story. When we got to this one building, half of it was basically gone, but we went in to explore the intact half, and for some reason, halfway down the building, the drawings just stopped. Suddenly, there was nothing on the walls. They were still run down, but oddly clean. At the end of one of the hallways was an elevator shaft, and the spookiest part was we could not hear the coin when we threw it down.
You just need to get the hell up out of there. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, so this is something that, what I wrote, it's called I Found You. And here's the image to go with that. I apologize, it's on the screen, but
No, you're good.
take it in, take it in, take it in. Okay. I found you. By me. The smell of rotting flesh, burnt hair, and old roots polluted the air, making my stomach churn. I had lost the hunting trail, and the sun was already slipping behind the tree line. I wished I was a bird, soaring above the canopy where light still existed. Instead, I was trapped below, the darkness of the forest creeping closer with every passing minute. The eyes of the birch trees seemed to follow me, their branches casting the illusion of bones hanging in the air. The foul smell grew stronger, and a faint ribbon of smoke began to drift from the darkness. I could smell a fire. Clutching my grandpa's old lever action rifle, I found a small sense of security. I rubbed my chest, feeling the old leather pouch blessed by an elder when I came of age. I took slow, steady steps, trying to make as little noise as possible. Swallowing my fears, I tried to become the hunter I was taught to be, telling myself that I knew these trails and I would find my way out. Suddenly, the hairs on my body stood on end, my muscles tensing at the sound of a fast-paced drumbeat coming from the darkness. I stood still, too afraid to move or breathe as the drum beat faster. This wasn't a drum I recognized. It didn't bring the calm or joy of a powwow or a family feast. This sound was dark, invoking feelings of fear and urgency. It sounded like an ancient evil hunting my spirit in the darkness. As I stood motionless, my eyes slowly shifted upward, and I saw it, a distant glow from a fire beside a small gully that cut through the forest. With shaking hands, I slowly raised my rifle to peer through the scope. Beside the fire, I saw several pots and what looked like a blanket, a deer skull with bits of flesh still attached. It was surrounded by feathered wings and glistening organs in the firelight. The drumming had stopped. I adjusted the rifle, now able to see a structure covered by hides and branches. A growing anticipation built, wondering if the source of all this evil was inside that tent. The silence was absolute. I knew the trees were moving, but no wind could be heard. Even the frantic thumping in my chest began to calm, my muscles loosening. All I could hear was the faint crackle of burning wood. My eyes remained fixed on the entrance of the tent, waiting for whatever lurked inside to show itself. Imikunan. I took a sharp breath, tensing at the cold air that engulfed me. A voice had pierced my very being. An old woman stood beside me in the darkness, cloaked in tattered hides and black furs. The smell of rotting flesh, burnt hair, and mold completely overwhelmed my senses, paralyzing me. I heard her lean in closer, her bones cracking as she stretched her neck out until her head was just inches from my face. She took sharp breaths, like a predator sniffing its prey before the kill. The smell was so intense I wanted to vomit and collapse, but I couldn't move. My eyes darted when I saw her pale, bony, blood-stained hands reach out, grab the barrel of my rifle, and lower it to the ground. With every move she made, her bones cracked and popped. Her hand slowly slid up the barrel over the scope and just hovered above my chest. Igana winji gazo. Slowly, the hand pulled back beyond my peripheral vision. My eyes tried to follow, but I could only see darkness. Shaken, I managed to take a breath. The smell of death was gone. I looked around and found myself surrounded by darkness. No fire, no camp, no drumming. I checked my surroundings and saw an orange ribbon on a branch. Walking up to it, I realized these were the ribbons we used to mark the trail. Confused, I shook my head, wondering what happened and how I'd gotten back to the trail. Gazing upward, I could see the stars, and the moon was beginning to rise. My body relaxed, and I sighed, placing my hand on my chest. Thank you.
Miigwech.
So in this one, I used a couple of words. Imukanam. It means I found you. Like found you, and then Iganai Winchikazo. That means I think it means you're protected. It's been a while since I
The CC says like this one the best so far. Well
Ooh.
captured atmosphere.
Ooh.
Honestly, look, I might be biased, but it's definitely my favorite as well. I do enjoy that one. And Fleur says, is it deciduous? Deciduous monoculture forests have such an eerie vibe to them.
Right? They do, right?
I remember when you were, because you took that was a drone picture, wasn't it? I remember watching over your shoulder when you were in that area and just the feel that came from that particular area and that shot was just like,
Are we going to die?
yeah,
That's
pretty
what it's
much. Is
like.
something about to follow us as like lunge out of the darkness at us? Like, what is happening here?
So like, oh, I'm just looking for that picture again. Here it is. Right in my stiff. So that's a drone shot. I normally try not to edit my photos too much, but sometimes I like to get kind of crazy, right? So when we took that shot, when I took it, uh, it was like an opening, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna fly my drone down there." So I flew it down into this opening, and even just because we were a few kilometers away, and like I felt shivers being in that area.
Hmm.
It felt so witchy to me.
Hmm.
Yeah. But absolutely, like drone shots, like this was taken that same day. Such a contrast, right?
Hmm.
And then so yeah, there you go. Um
Now your voice is starting to go. So did you want to do? We don't have to do the monster at the end of this book. Not a Christmas story. I just wanted to put it on display.
yeah. I mean,
No, we don't have to. I just wanted to put it on display with the other picture books.
I feel like we should though. After those
Or something to lighten
stories,
the
we
mood.
need something to lighten. So I
Okay.
could sorry I hit the mic. I'll read this one loud.
Well, Fleur's got a spooky dream to tell us about. It's no. It's going to take them a bit to put it together, but there'll be a.
Yeah.
But yes. Okay. Oh, hang on. Let me get up to. Man, the camera. Oh.
So this next one is called Sounds Like Christmas by Robert Munch.
We're back on the picture books, folks.
Back on the picture books. Bring your booties to the screen. Sounds like Christmas. Okay. Because Grandma was busy baking cookies, she said, Georgia and Lincoln, will you please decorate the tree? So Lincoln put on the lights, and Georgia put on the garland. Then Georgia put on the candy canes, and Lincoln put on the colored balls. It was
We're adults here.
we're
We're
adults.
adults.
It was a wonderful tree. When all the regular stuff was up on the tree, Georgia said, "Watch this. I have something really neat." She went upstairs and brought down a little bluebird that looked almost real. I saved up my allowance for this, said Georgia. She put it on the tree and pressed one leg, and the bluebird started singing. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Well, I have something better than that, said Lincoln. He went upstairs and brought down his sound effects keychain and hung it on the tree. It went zap, zap, zap. No fair, said Georgia. That was not a real ornament. It is now, said Lincoln. Oh, I don't know. What will they come up with next? So Georgia went upstairs and brought down a talking doll. She turned it on and stuck it to the tree. The doll said, Mama, Mama, Mama. Beat that, said Georgia. Lincoln heard the neighbor's dog barking out in the street. The dog was an excellent barker, so Lincoln grabbed it and hung it on the Christmas tree. This worked really well, because the dog barked even louder than usual. Woof, woof, woof. Beat that, said Lincoln. Then their grandmother looked at the tree and yelled, Ah! It was a most wonderful and loud yell. So Georgia and Lincoln grabbed her and stuck her on the tree.
She has a Karen haircut. I got a head shake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Now the tree was making a really incredible, tremendous racket going. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Zap, zap, zap. Mama, mama, mama. Woof, woof, woof. Ah. Finally, their grandfather heard the racket. He had been out clearing the driveway and he ran inside with the snowblower still running. Grrr. He was yelling, Stop, stop, stop. Toupee.
How big is that snowblower?
He was making such a wonderful noise that Lincoln and Georgia grabbed him and stuck him at the very top of the tree, where the angel is supposed to go.
Kids know how to lift.
Do you even lift, bro?
Can you even lift your grandpa to the top of a Christmas tree, bro?
You are not gonna believe this, folks.
Oh no.
Oh! So the tree stood there making an incredible racket while Lincoln and Georgia marveled at the sound they had created. Stop, stop, stop. Grrr. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Mama, mama, mama. Ah, zap, zap, zap. Woof, woof, woof.
Centerfold. That's a big ass tree.
But finally, the bird ran down, and the keychain ran down, and the doll ran down, and the dog went to sleep, and Grandma got hoarse, and the snowblower ran out of gas, and their grandfather decided to try talking. He said, "Now you know, if you don't get us down from this tree, there will be nobody to give you presents."
Oh, oh, they didn't think of that.
"Ha!" said Lincoln. "I guess he never heard of Santa Claus." And Lincoln and Georgia went to finish baking the Christmas cookies.
You're leaving the kids alone with an oven?
No words here, just Santa Claus.
Santa Claus looking surprised as all get out. Oh my gosh.
I don't know about you, but I guess that sounds like Christmas.
I guess that does sound like Christmas. Beluga originally said no to not knowing who Robert Munch was. But then, after recognizing the drawings, that his son has a few of his books.
Oh, right on. Oh,
You can rest your voice because I can either pause the ad. I can delay it for about 5 minutes, about 15 minutes max, I think is what I can do.
we can do the ad. We can run the ad.
We can run the ad and you can rest your voice.
Run the ad. I'll grab a little bit of water.
Okay.
Or tea. Whatever.
All right. I'll sit here and I'll.
Can they see me when the ad's running?
Yes. Well, if they're subbed, they can see you, or if they have workarounds, they can.
Somebody say something about being a sub.
Did somebody say something about being a sub? Yes, I am apparently a dummy trash can. Who said that? I'm never saying that again. Don't quote me on that. But I can change the screen so that they can't see you. If you wanted to get up.
Well, I'm just self-conscious about getting up.
Okay, well they can't see you anymore. There you go. Did you want to take your? I'll mute you.
No. Oh yeah.
I'll mute you. There you go. You're muted. All right, chat. You're just gonna look at me for a second. Let me turn the trash can on. Hello, chat. Sorry that it's not the best of microphones. Again, that you're hearing me through. I'm not using my good one. I'm using my headset mic. I apologize. Hello. Hi. So let me read Fleur's dream here. Let's just. Oh my gosh. A jump scare come from a 3-hour nap. Woke up, middle of nowhere, on water, drifting around on a floating piece of wood. Okay, you were having a real Titanic moment. Was on for quite some time. Spot an island, pretty big one. Cool. Steering towards that island. Left on the island out of nowhere. A watch. It's float. Okay. Dream. There's a watch. It's a timer for how long you're supposed to stay alive here. Oh. Okay. Right. So you're living a survival horror on an island. Love that. A watchtower. My God, it's a single wild bridge. Someone behind me is shouting to send it. Oh, yeah, you start booking it. Love that. Instead of looking back, you just book it. Oh, a side. Oh my God, Fleur. This dream sounds intense. Alright, there the ad has started. At some point. Hello, Lost. Also, I missed your hello there. Lost said, "Oh, hang on, I'll unmute you." Okay, you're unmuted again. Lost says hello. Was it? Did you say Mr. Trashback? Is that what you said, Lost? You're still the camera's still not on you as well.
Oh, yeah.
I could turn it back on. Yes, hello, Mr. Trashback.
Hello, Lost.
Okay. Okay, you're back on. Oh, I'm on the screen now. Let me turn that off. We don't want to see me.
Can I interest you in a Manitoba-style Nanaimo bar? You can turn it off.
Okay. I'll turn it back
They
off.
don't need to see me.
Okay. I'll mute that. There you go. A Nanaimo bar, Beluga, with an N. Nanaimo. Manitoba. Oh, a Maninaimo. A Maninaimo. I can't say it. But it says on the package they're made in Toronto. So they're in. What was it? What did we say? In. A Manitoba sold Ontario style Nanaimo bar. How are we doing, chat? We've got one more book to get through after the ad, and then we'll call it there. 2 hours. 2 hours. I have thought about keeping a dream journal, but I don't have often enough weird ones. There haven't been many that I want to actively write down. Although yours sound like something that I kind of want to draw. Like, have you drawn them, made little comics of them, Fleur? Because I think that would be great. 100% Canadian, invented in Nanaimo, British Columbia, made in Ontario, eaten in Manitoba. Charlie's... There's absolutely nothing creepy about Charlie. But I kind of understand why it's a little bit creepy. Dream journal specifically, you rarely get dreams. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Right. Shall I turn the camera back on? What are you doing, Lavi? What did you...
Sorry, everyone. I'm just looking at lavender. What are you doing? It's not even close to your bedtime. You can wait. Be nice to chat. I know you think the world revolves around you, but you have to be nice. You have to share time.
Would you like to give her a treat? A trash treat was redeemed, but I'm forwarding my treats to Lavender.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, your baby. Come on. Up here.
Oh, we gotta hydrate. Both of us, we gotta have a little sippy of our drink. And you got up and walked around, but I'll do a little bit of a stretch because I've been shrimping down here on the floor.
Come on.
Can you forward your treat to Lavi? Oh, I don't know. That's up to TrashHusband.
Come on. Come on.
Alright, Cece. Thank you for coming and hanging out. I hope that you're feeling a little bit better. I hope we could put a bit of a smile on your dial.
I know.
I hope you're able to get some rest. And I haven't said it to anyone that's fucked off. I've just been saying goodnight, but also, like, I hope you have a happy holidays or a Merry Christmas tomorrow, whatever it is that you celebrate.
I hope you have a merry good day.
A Merry New Easter. We're gonna be reading one more book here, and then I'm gonna be sending you guys off. This is my favorite book.
Yeah, this is. Yeah. This was more for the Maxter.
This is for me.
So this book is called The Monster at the End of This Book, starring lovable, furry old Grover. And he's saying, "Hello, everybody."
With 3 E's.
E. The monster at the end of this book. What did you say? On the first page, what did that say? Did that say there will be a monster at the end of this book? It did. I'm so scared of monsters.
Oh, Grover.
We have to be brave for Grover now. Okay? But if you're scared, that's okay. Sometimes you have to be scared.
I don't think anyone in my chat's afraid of monsters. I think they're very much the other way.
Listen, I have an idea. If you do not turn any pages, we will never get to the end of this book. And that is good because there's a monster at the end of this book. So please do not turn that page.
Bowser wasn't afraid because Lavender was there, and then Lavender left, and now we're all very afraid.
No, Lavender's gone too. Lavender's hiding. You turned the page.
He's so dramatic. I love him.
All right. You're with Trash Dad. Maybe you do not understand. You see, turning pages will bring us to the end of this book. And there is a monster at the end of this book. But this will stop. But this will stop you from turning pages. See, I am tying the pages together so you cannot.
Do it, do it, do it, do it.
You turned another page. You do not know what you're doing to me now. Stop turning pages. There. I, Grover, am nailing this page to the next one so that you will not be able to turn it, and we will not get any closer to the monster at the end of this book. Grover, I love you. Oh, sorry, I gotta make sound effects. Bonk, bam.
There's a
Clunk, bing, bonk. All right, all right, all right. Do you know that every time you turn another page, you not only get us closer to the monster at the end of this book, but you make a terrible mess? This will stop you from turning pages. A heavy, thick, solid, strong brick wall. I would just like to see you try to turn this page. Sorry, Grover. Boom. Do you know that you are very strong? Why, thank you, Grover.
We lift. We just finished lifting all those parents onto a Christmas tree.
The next page is the end of this book, and there's a monster at the end of this book. Oh, I am so scared. Please do not turn the page. Please, please, please.
I have to do it to you, Grover.
Well, look at that. This is the end of the book, and there's only one. The only one here is me. I, lovable, furry, old Grover, and the monster at the end of this book. And you were so scared. I told you and told you there was nothing to be afraid of. The end. Oh, I am so embarrassed. Okay, Grover, we all make mistakes. See, chat, there's nothing to be afraid of.
Nothing to be afraid of. You can be the monster at the end of your story. Take of that how you will.
Even Lavender's come back. Yeah. See, were you afraid? Up. Were you afraid? God. You were good.
Well, chat, that was story time with TrashHusband. I hope you
Show your
guys.
bum.
She is
Isn't
done.
that kind of straight?
She is done far worse. I hope you all. Me, a monster at the end of the story. Knife. Now I want a familiar book where it's all cutesy meta jokes, but the last page is just a Junji Ito level drawing of the most grotesque variety. Oh my god. He wrote he has a manga that's just him and his cats.
Who's that?
Junji Ito. He's a horror manga artist, like a very well-renowned, writes, draws fucked up shit.
Oh, that's cool.
We'll call it there. Do you have anything that you want to say to the folks before I send them off?
Oh, baby. Sorry. What can I say? I appreciate you all coming to listen and read, well, listen to me read, and I hope you enjoyed that. Again, my voice wasn't really up to par, but we got there, and yeah, I appreciate all the support that you've shown Mac here over the years, and yeah, I'm grateful for each and every one of you and your support. I'd also just like to say that, I hope you have a good holiday, whatever you celebrate. If you got some time off, take that time off. Try and find something that ignites that passion in you and that brings peace to your, not just your heart, but your mind and your spirit, whatever you believe in. And yeah, just smile. There's lots of things to smile about, and I think that sometimes we forget it. I know I forget. And just know that you're loved and that you're cared for. And I hope that you have a merry, good day. So, yeah, thank you. I love you all. And Lavender loves you.
Alright, so it is just you and me now. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out today. I'm gonna be sending you guys off now. I know this is quite last minute and quite late, and it's been a while since we've done one of these, but thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I'd love to remember to make this a regular thing with more books and more stories and all sorts of things. Um, let's have a look at who's around, and I will send you guys off. Um, so for next trashathon. Oh my gosh, there's so many. How much for sock puppet Christmas stories? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Because we have to buy new stories first. And do a sock puppet. There's lots we'd have to do. So it might be a little bit. It might be a little bit. Let's see. Where do we want to go? There's a few people doing Christmas Eve specials. How about... Let's go say hi to... Let's go say hi to Bernie. Let's do something silly. Go somewhere silly after, we had a couple of scary, spooky, scary horror ones in there. Let's see if my buttons work. Let's see here. Great stuff. Message for subs, message for follows. They do work. Okay. I will see you guys. I don't know if I'll see you guys Boxing Day or the day after Boxing Day. I don't know how things are going to be working Christmas-wise for me. But I hope you all have a happy holidays. Remember to take time for yourself. If you need to step away from busy times and busy places, remember to take that time to breathe, compose, and smile. And you got this. You got this. Just want to repeat a lot of what TrashHusband said. Again, thank you so much for your support this year. There will be more streams before the year is out. But I hope you all have a wonderful either Christmas or Christmas Eve, depending on your time zone, or any other whatever holiday it is that you celebrate. Money. And no, I'm kidding. I'll see you guys on Boxing Day, maybe. Big kisses. Mwah. Yeah, the same, Bowser, same.